when it comes through productions of work, are you a fan of black and white or colour? Because when I think of how your work has been coloured, it's always a slightly sickly palette, you know?
Right.
And I wonder, because you're not so much a fan of superhero films, whether the traditional kind of brightly coloured comics that you see out there is something that kind of reacts to you against.
Well,
because they also don't make a lot.
yeah, but it's, I think my attitude towards it is, it's horses for courses, you know, I draw anything. I mean, if I was doing a Superman book, and I did think it needed to be brightly coloured, then I would colour it brightly. I mean, I have no natural personality of producing muted colours. It's not a natural thing that we do. I just tell the story in the way it should be told, and it includes the colour, the way it's drawn, everything. So it just depends on what story you're telling. When we coloured it, originally was in black and white, or at least most of the world was in black and white. Much of it was reprinted from the earlier black and white printing. When we did decide to colour it, it was essential that the colours were muted, because the world was not bright. Unfortunately, in printing, you don't always get what you actually want. So, to a large degree, some of the art, some of the colour printing was not to my liking. But
I suppose it's something like that, particularly if you're adding colour many years later, when it wasn't intended to be like that, it's something you have to think of quite carefully.
yeah, well, and as I say, it's the colourist did a great job. But Siobhan Dobbs, who sadly passed away recently, they did fantastic work, and it was never meant to be in black and white. It was only in black and white. It was actually published for the film.
Oh, right, okay.
You know, if we'd have had facility for colour, it was a natural choice. But again, as I say, one of the big problem, which is now solved, I mean, computer colouring now, and also it seems to be the attitude of the printers is better, and so the results you get in printing technology are much better. But at the end of the 80s, a lot of the techniques were still printed.
Yeah.
But the latest edition, the hardback edition, it is very good.
I mean, looking at the covering and kickback, for example, you did that yourself. And even when other people coloured comics for you, you seem to use colour far more expressionistically rather than, you know, trying to depict, say, the clothes someone's wearing. They might be entirely in blue because it's trying to convey a certain kind of emotions to see.
Yeah, ambient colouring. Yeah, that is true. I mean, I'm interested. You see, the idea of colouring things the way they are, I mean, it's crazy because in life, you know, ambient colouring is all the time. And that's what I'm interested in, and the effect of colour on the scene, what colour means. I mean, that's what colour theory is all about. That is what we should be doing. I try and use that as much as I can. In fact, when I did something called The Horrors with James Gunn, which is one of the Hellblazer books, I did it without using any blacks at all. I wanted to experiment and see if I could just use colour and not use strong blacks. That was actually, I think, a mistake in hindsight, because I think it needed more solidity. But it was a good way of experimenting, trying to achieve an effect. And if you don't experiment in comics, you know, the medium, it's there to be used. You know, and it is art, and it's not. If you're just stuck in using the same old techniques all the time, then you ain't going to get nowhere. You never get any development. You just got to shredding the same old stuff, using the same old techniques over and over again. And sadly, the industry depends on the industrial process of creation, which I think is sad. It happened by accident in the old days. The jobs had to be split up because they wanted to produce more and more books, so they had obviously finishers, inkers, pencilers, and everything was busted up. So in reality, most comics, you can hardly describe them as art because it's the creative process is fragmented. It's craft. There's excellence in craft, but as artistic expression, it falls short because it's busted up between different creators.
And yet, thinking of comics as art, looking at your work in particular, the fact that it still has this kind of high art quality to it, there's detail in the shading, you can see a human being's input, and even the colouring, even if the computer has a watercolour aspect to it. Presumably that's something that's very important.
The only thing that's important to me really is, am I telling a story properly? And I'll use any technique or any effect that I can. So it doesn't depend on whether it's watercolour or whatever. Something, if I think I should use crayon or use crayon. I'm sorry about this. If I think I need to use pen and ink, I'll use that. And I've done that in the past. I did a kind of like a little 50s-ish thriller, mystery horror type story called Lasting Impression, or Dark Horse. Just a short story. And I did it in pen and ink because that really gave the right accent. So it just depends on what the subject is and what the story is. And I'll use anything that is appropriate for the story. Okay, I'm David Lloyd, the artist of V for Vendetta, and whenever I'm in London, I go to the London Underground comic stall in Camden Market.